Hey folks, Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I'm Jonn Ritland, and 2017 is coming to a close, so I'm going to rank the movies that I've seen in theaters, or at least the movies that came out in 2017, 17 of them to be exact, from worst to best. A lot of these I've already reviewed, with the exception of one, because I actually saw it on Amazon Instant Video, easy for me to say. But, basically ranking worst to best, you guys can check out the reviews to hear my full thoughts, but these are ones I've had a chance to really think about after reviewing them. You know, you get your initial thoughts in a review, and then you get your, complete thoughts when you think about a movie more. So, number 17, the worst movie I saw this year, Mother. Darren Aronofsky, I believe that's how you pronounce it, was great when he directed Black Swan. He can fuck the hell off and never make another damn movie with this. This was tripe. It looked beautifully shot. Jennifer Lawrence is great. Javier Bardem is great. Ed Harris still alive, shockingly. I actually thought he was dead. I'm glad he wasn't. Michelle Pfeiffer. My dad would have loved this movie because he loves Michelle Pfeiffer. That's a great loaded cast right there. And of course it was, and I'm sorry, by the way, spoilers here. I'm just telling you spoilers if you haven't seen these movies, because fuck you guys. Sorry, don't fuck you guys, seriously, but it's a stupid God, and it's a stupid God creation thing. It's God and Mother Earth having a battle. That's how fucking stupid this movie is. Let's just shoot the camera right this close to everybody's face. Let's have a baby dismembered and eaten on camera. I mean, I don't like kids, but Jesus Christ, I mean, kids need to be raised by the right people. They don't need to be they don't need to be dismembered and eaten on I mean, contrary to popular opinion, that's not what kind of infantile reaction you want. Anyway, just seriously, Darren Aronofsky should never be allowed to direct another damn movie. Jennifer Lawrence should be flat out embarrassed. They actually broke up. They broke up because of this movie, which is fitting because this movie should have probably broken apart any friendship, relationship, or whatever. Mother's an embarrassment, and Mother should have probably aborted this movie. Anyway, number 16, friend request. Sorry, I'm not. Look, let me just stop for a second. Abortion is not, whatever you feel about that. That was a joke because Mother is an abortion of a movie. Anyway, friend request. So let's take the plot of Unfriended, take it out of the Skype chat, put no material around it, have it filmed back in 2014 in South Africa, and then release it in theaters in 2017.
I unfriend you.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Co-host out to the side, taking care of this stuff, by the way. Friend request was crap. Nobody was in it that I even recognized. The cast did fine, but basically a girl, this social outcast gets friended by this one popular girl and then gets unfriended by her because she's a creepy stalker who's possibly a demon. As is tradition and what would happen on Facebook. She unfriends her, and then weird shit happens that you really don't get to see, and then she suddenly becomes a weird, creepy girl at the end. See, told you there would be spoilers. This movie was just absolute tripe. The reason Mother was worse is because Mother had more potential. Friend Request was just straight to Netflix shit. The Snowman, Michael Fassbender, or Fassbender, or Assbender, I don't know.
Hello, Mr. Policeman. I gave you all the clues.
I wanted to snowplow the woman in it, though. Take that how you want. She was hot. J.K. Simmons was in it, not yelling at Toby. Yes. She was not yelling at Tobey Maguire. Parker, you deaf? I called you twice. But what was this? It's apparently 10 to 15% of the movie, and it was directed by the same guy that did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which was a really good movie. A really good movie, and he directed Let the Right One In. Let the Right One In, the one that Let Me In was based on, the American remake about that vampire girl. It was great stuff. The American remake was pretty decent too. But anyway, the whole point is 10 to 15% of this movie couldn't be filmed. It was based on a popular novel. It was another beautifully shot movie. Very well done. The acting was fine, except you had Val Kilmer acting drunk and drugged out, which has pretty much been Val Kilmer for the last 15 years. What was he in this movie besides being as big as a Macy's Days float? I mean, what the hell? I know that he's had health issues, like he beat cancer, and that's good. I'm glad he beat cancer. But my God, he looked terrible in this movie, and he just wanders off drunk, he wanders out of this office party. At one point, he shoots a gun and scares some seagulls off. of this dead body that's up on these cliffs, and you don't even know, A, how the body got up there, B, how Val Kilmer got up there, because he doesn't even look like he could climb stairs without being out of breath. It's ridiculous. And then there's this horrible action sequence, what qualifies as an action sequence at the end. These guys fight on this frozen lake, and it's not, Let It Go or Elsa Frozen. It's totally bad. Michael Fassbender loses his finger at one point. He can't finger as a suspect that way, which is gross considering it was a guy. And this was a movie with so much missed potential. And I grant 10 to 15% of the script not being filmed. I don't know if that would have necessarily helped it because it was incoherent here. This might have just made it really bad, even if we realized, oh, hey, I guess the killer in the first 5 minutes, it was the new stepdad, by the way. Pretty damn obvious. Why don't you make it a little less obvious? Anyway, the Bye-Bye Man. The girl... Bye. We are in sync, totally. The girl that played the psychic... or the clairvoyant or whatever, Jenna, I don't remember her last name. Beautiful girl, by the way. Follow her on Twitter. She's really, really cool, and I wish her nothing but the best as far as getting her acting career, skyrocketing. Everybody tried, but this had the feel of a movie that it seriously stayed on the shelf for like 2 years. And then the studio was like, well, just release it in January. No one will notice. And no one really did notice because the movie didn't do very well. You're not supposed to say this guy's name. Don't think it, don't say it. Don't think it, don't say it. God, if only that worked for Trump. This demon comes after you if you say his name. It's just like the word. It's like Destiny's Child, come to life or whatever. You're supposed to say my name, but no one is around you, baby. I'm gonna kill you. It was just bad stuff. I mean. The psychic girl was beautiful, and that's about the only damn reason why you should watch this movie. A train hits some naked people in a flashback or a dream sequence. I'm not exactly sure what the fuck's going on.
Naked people and flashing back.
Flashing their backs, no less, because it was actually back nudity, not full frontal nudity. Because PG-13 ratings, because fuck you PG-13 ratings. Yeah, you had everybody die in it, which... Okay, this was sort of competently made, but it was one that could have been just straight to Netflix. Rings.
And now straight to VHS.
Yes, and not the anthology VHS. Which, if you see the anthology VHS, don't watch Viral, because Viral is shit. The Ringu was great. The American version of Rings, or, The Ring, with Naomi Watts, who hasn't aged in 15 fucking years. It's amazing. The Ring was great. The American version. The Ring 2, not Electric Boogaloo, was not very good. But, boy, The Ring 2 seemed like Citizen Kane next to this. The Samara video is viral and is on a plane. Rings on a plane, so you're going to have Sonic running all over the thing trying to collect these rings. That would have made it far more interesting if Sonic was actually or Sanic, either one.
Gotta die fast!
The plane is too slow. Oh god, now I want to see
You're too slow!
Sanic Samara. Sanic Mara. Anyway. God, just rings. It's like you had Vincent D'Onofrio, both of him, in this movie. And I think there was an implication he was Samara's father, which is weird because I thought that was Brian Cox. Gross. In the previous Ring, but I don't know what was going on with this. It was so incomprehensible. They're trying to stop Samara, but yet they can't. Who gives a shit about this movie, honestly? It was terrible. It was fucking terrible. Just Rings, you were an embarrassment. Somebody should put a Nuva ring in this goddamn movie, and then maybe it wouldn't have been created. Wish Upon. I know, I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Logic?
Yes, Wish Upon involves a box, where, yes, a man in a box. It actually, Joey King, the girl that got her foot pulled in The Conjuring, if you remember right, if you remember your horror movies, and you should if you're watching part of this, she is a poor girl who...
From a poor family.
sparing her life from this monstrosity that you actually do get to...
fair.
Yes. And Ryan Felipe plays her dad, which shows just how goddamn old I am, that Ryan Felipe qualifies to play somebody's dad.
Ralph Macchio's in his 50s.
It's the karate geriatric. God, she gets this box, this like box where you wish and somebody dies. Yes, she gets her box, plays with it, and somebody dies. That's kind of gross considering how young the girl is. So moving on.
Sounds like STD roulette.
Promiscuous teens. It's a different version of disposable teens that Marilyn Manson did. Anyway, wish upon... Every time you wish for something, somebody dies. So here's the logic. Don't fucking wish and no one will die. It did have a girl named Shannon Purser, I believe her name is. She was from Stranger Things, the redhead. She was pretty good. And I mean, everybody played their roles fine. Ryan Felipe really has not done well since the whole Reese Witherspoon divorce. Because he does movies like this. And the movie was not good at all, but it was very basic. Everybody did fine in it. This was probably the best of the horror movies that I've seen that was trying to be straight up horror and not comedy. But that's not saying much because it's still, it's ranked still pretty low. It's still enjoyable in parts, but this is something to watch just on Netflix. And then Happy Death Day. Fucking Christ, did they have a hell of a campaign for this. Happy Meth Day would have been better. Also would have been improved by Paige. Moving on. Happy Death Day, I figured it out from the damn trailer who the killer was. And by the way, people tried trolling me in the comments. I guessed who it was 6 months before. And I look at their YouTube pages and they have 2 followers. So good job there. I'm not saying my channel's big, but, trolls.
We got over 200 subscribers. We're sort of a big deal.
Sort of a big deal. There's mainly a lot of subscribers are thanks to, whenever I've been doing videos here. Anyway, but Happy Death Day, I figured out who it was right in the beginning. By the way, it's the girl that gave her the damn cupcake. Happy Death Day, she poisoned the cupcake. And then the girl has to relive her days, relive the same day. It's like Groundhog Day, only funnier because Groundhog Day wasn't very funny. And I like Bill Murray. That movie was not funny. This was just basic. I mean, the horror stuff was kind of inventive. The baby mask thing was ridiculous, but it was silly. I mean, it had a nice ending where her and the nerdy guy got together. At least I think he was nerdy. I don't really know. I can't be bothered to remember anybody's name from this movie. It was fine. Happy Death Day was fine. Wasn't great, but it was fine. Now, Power Rangers. The new Power Rangers movie, which... Okay, Elizabeth Banks, I don't get the appeal of her. I don't. She's a good actress. I don't get the sex appeal of her. Sorry, I just don't. She's not ugly. I just don't get it. But she was good as Rita Repulsa in this. You had the young cast, including somebody pointed out to me that it was the Yellow Ranger was a singer named Becky G, and I'm like, what the fuck is a Becky G? And God, I'm so old.
The niece of Kenny G.
I don't know. Maybe they found her Becky G spot for the interviews. I don't know.
Maybe her uncles are the Bee Gees.
Or they're staying alive. Ha ha.
Oh, one of them is.
Wait, what? The Bee Gees is dead?
I think 2 of them are.
Wow, holy crap. Jeez, more you know. Power Rangers was enjoyable. I liked it. I liked when they remixed the Power Rangers theme, when they finally got their powers and everything. Come on, if you don't know what Power Rangers are, 5 teens get infused with these otherworldly powers and have to take down these monsters. That's what it is. It's just they're hoping to launch a franchise with this. I don't know if they're going to necessarily. This might spawn a sequel. I don't know if it's going to do the 6-7 movies they might have planned. Because, sorry, this one was good, but it wasn't great. I mean, it was enjoyable. If you don't like the Power Rangers, why the fuck are you watching the Power Rangers movie?
Go, Cash Grab Rangers.
Ass grab Rangers. Pink Ranger's pretty cute. No, the whole point is the cast did fine. The cast was fine in this. And then you had Kingsman: The Golden Circle, ranked lower than I expected. I enjoyed it. The first one was better. A lot of people died in the beginning of this. Everybody's just like, nope, we're just gonna nuke everything and just start over. You had Colin Firth in it, and he was good. And everybody played their roles fine. Yeah, still had the great amount of British humor and everything. Everybody did really, really well in this. The action sequences were enjoyable. I like Julianne Moore. I don't care if she's 56. I would, and you would too. She was not the best villain because she was just sort of there. And that's not knocking Julianne Moore, who's a tremendous actress. But her character felt so...
Forced?
Yeah, there. I mean, it's not good to force it. Trust me. Force powers. Anyway, so
the dogs had a little bit more presence than the person commanding the robo dogs.
This is true. I mean, I did I did like
That scene with
Elton.
Merlin.
Yes, Elton John though.
Yes.
Elton John was great in that. That's how you promote a queen in a movie. Hey, Elton John's been over the bar for a number of years. I mean, it's just
Don't save the queen.
the British climax voice. Anyway, so I enjoyed Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Maybe not as much as I expected, but I still liked it. And I would highly recommend it. I mean, obviously it's not in theaters anymore. When it gets Amazon Instant Video, or I actually think it's out on is it out on Blu-ray already?
Yeah, I saw it on. No, I saw it on Netflix, I believe.
It's out on Netflix already.
Or
Oh
on
wow.
demand.
Yeah, okay, but the whole point is that it's already out. I mean, that's how quick movies are coming out. Soon movie theaters will be obsolete. Classified as obsolete. Delete. Anyway, Murder on the Orient Express. Kenneth Branagh, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I never know how to pronounce his name. He was Hercule Poirot or Poirot. I forgot how to pronounce the name. It's French. I struggle with French names. He had Daisy Ridley in it. I was fine. I was not watching that. Oh, God, she is lovely. Freshly picked Daisy. Anyway, moving on from that. Johnny Depp was good in it. It was a really, really good cast. You had Judi Dench in there. Being the snide bitch that she can be in movies. I mean, Judi Dench is awesome. I'm just saying, she can be a really good snide bitch.
That's Dame Judi Dench to you.
Damn, Judi Dench!
Close enough.
I screw up names a lot. It had a really good cast. It was not as good as the 70s version. That had Albert Finney and various other people in it. But this was enjoyable. It was beautifully shot, well acted, well choreographed. Because, I mean, you had a few action scenes, but it was just well done. It was well paced. It was like a throwback to all these old murder mysteries and everything. You know, it was based on an Agatha Christie novel. In fact, if you played Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door, video game reference, by the way, shock, it was the train sequence where you had to solve a mystery was basically like that. Like, it was like the a brief version of Murder on the Orient Express. You had to do one in Paper Mario 64.
So this time you don't have to interact with a ghost.
This is true. Boo! Haha. Murder on the Orient Express was enjoyable, though, and actually the second highest ranked horror movie. Third highest, actually, now that I think about it. Annabelle Creation. One that I really enjoyed. And I'm terrified of dolls. Fucking horrified of dolls. They are evil. They are out to get us. Watch us. You know, they're going to watch us and they're going to get me. In fact, they'll probably get me after the camera. He sticks his finger up. Anyway, it was really good. It ties in. You do have to see Annabelle, the first one, even though it wasn't very good, because the ending ties into this. And it really does tie well into it, where it's like, I'm watching, I go, oh, ho, ho, ho. And I'm not going to, for those that haven't seen, I'm not going to spoil that. But I was like, oh, that's how they did it. Oh, that's brilliant. And, of course, you did have the girl get hit by the car. She went out to chase something, and boom! A car hits her on the dirt road. I go, that happened. It was frightening, though. It had some really good chills to it. I mean, was it anything grand? No. But it was way more enjoyable than I expected. And then, The Disaster Artist, just getting out of the top 5, because James Franco was fucking wonderful in this. I need to show my ass to sell this movie. Was it as perfect as it could have been? No. They should have probably maybe showed that Tommy Wiseau ain't the best guy. He didn't treat people all the best, according to the book The Disaster Artist. But he is the American dream, the way he came up and, you know, the way he uses money and everything. And, hey, I mean, you know, he loves America. And James Franco played the role perfectly. Zac Efron was in the damn movie and you didn't even recognize him. Derb and I watched it. Check out our review, by the way. We did a full review of it. I didn't even recognize that it was him. Like, holy crap. There was a lot of really good stuff. And of course, Seth Rogen was in it because James Franco, Seth Rogen starring movie.
It's like an Adam Sandler and
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
The difference is Rogen and Franco
Derby.
Yeah, yes. Franco and Rogen have talent. That's the difference. Adam Sandler had his chance to do good. Now he's just doing shit. So.
yeah, talent.
Don't Mess with the Zohan wasn't that bad. DBZ version, Don't Mess with the Gohan would have been better. But Disaster Artist is really enjoyable. If you've seen The Room, you'll enjoy it a lot more. Get Out is number 5. Not as scary as I would have expected. Still scary. It plays on a whole lot of racism. which, yes, I can see why a lot of black people and a lot of people that have suffered from dealing with racism would would find this so scary. Okay, the premise was hokey as fuck. Good God, it was hokey as fuck.
It's not brain surgery.
Oh, have you actually seen it?
No.
You heard about it, though?
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. It takes the essence of black and puts it in white. Because apparently they aren't good, or the essence of white and put it in black. It's hard to really determine. Everybody plays their roles well. Jordan Peele did very well here. Apparently he's got other horror movie ideas, and I love that. I hope that he dealt with horror well here. He dealt with it with a good hand, used some humor. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. Again, not the scariest thing ever. It does make you realize that croquet balls can be good weapons. That's good knowledge for me to remember for later. Don't ask. You're safe, Derb.
Why?
You're safe, Derb. Don't worry. But Get Out was enjoyable. Everybody played their roles well. And then Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets. Why the fuck didn't this movie do better? And I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here because The Fifth Element was a movie that Luc Besson directed. Luc Besson, who directed The Professional and a whole bunch of other movies, and The Big Blue, The Big Deep Blue. Have fun on hearing that. The Fifth Element was a brilliant, beautiful sci-fi movie with a great cast. And it didn't do that well at the box office in the U.S. It did well in France because Luc Besson is like a king in France. But it was well done. It was well done. It didn't do that well. So people are like, oh, I love The Fifth Element. And if anything comes out that Luc Besson directs, I'm going to support it. And then The Messenger Joan of Arc happened. Ouch. That movie was horrible. So, Valerian City of a Thousand Planets was like a $200 million movie. Actually, I don't know if it cost that much, but it cost quite a bit. And you had Cara Delevingne, who has eyebrows that you can see from space. She actually is a beautiful woman.
Lovely eyebrows.
She's a beautiful woman. I mean, it's just her. And then he had a good amount of cast. Unfortunately, you had Rihanna in it, and I'm sorry, I don't get the appeal of Rihanna.
She did great in that movie Home.
Oh, she was in that, right? She was also in Battleship. I like Battleship, oddly enough, because it was stupid. Except Liam Neeson should have said, you sunk my battleship. Anyway, Valerian the City of a Thousand Planets did not do well at the box office, and I'm just going to say, fuck everybody that didn't watch this movie if you thought it was a good idea. Because, seriously, what the fuck? Why didn't you watch that? Why didn't you watch that movie?
I didn't have the time.
Yeah, you work. And you work hard. Anyway, this is ridiculous, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous. It should have done better. I'm not saying that this movie should have broken all box office records, even though Titanic and Avatar, fuck you Avatar, by the way, for existing. Blue Smurf Ferngully shit. Anyway, James Cameron's directing more movies of that. Anyway, Valerian City of a Thousand Planets was not the greatest thing ever, but should have done better than it did. It was enjoyable. I really liked it. And I thought for what it was, it should have done way better at the box office.
I was a movie like the Star Wars.
And which I will actually get to. The Last Jedi is number 3. The Last Jedi was brilliant, and I will fight any of you if you disagree. It was not the best Star Wars movie ever. It was enjoyable. There were a few too many one-liners. Maybe the comedy at times was a little bit out of place. But the interaction between Daisy Ridley and, Adam Driver was great. Mark Hamill played his role really well. It was sad to see Carrie Fisher in her last, role, but she did well. Everybody played their roles well. John Boyega did well. I don't know who the Asian girl was in the movie, and I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Character's name was Rose.
Yeah, but I don't remember the actress's name, but Rose. Yeah, she was good in it. Everybody played their roles well. Was it the best Star Wars movie ever? No, but let's stop saying, oh God, it was this kind of shit. I don't like that Disney got a hold of it. Same people that were saying that George Lucas did the worst damn thing with the prequels, which he did. George Lucas should never be allowed anywhere near Star Wars for visiting Jar Jar Binks and whatever Jake Lloyd was upon us. I'm sure Jake
Lloyd would agree.
I'm sure Jake Lloyd is a very nice young man. I'm sure he is. But God, you were shit in that movie. Anyway, yes. So Last Jedi was really good. I'm going to be very short here on this one. It was tremendous. Everybody did well. the clown, Pennywise, Skarsgård, my God, he was brilliant. The kids were great in. It had a very Stranger Things vibe, and I've never seen Stranger Things, or Stranger Thing. Anyway, I don't know, Stranger Danger Thing. Anyway, it was brilliant. I did not expect it to be this brilliant. I like the horror elements of it. Obviously, it's a horror movie. I thought they did great with it. They did great, and I can't wait to see part 2. Number 1, Lady Bird, and I refer to my review basically for this. Saoirse Ronan, hope I pronounced that name right. Her relationship with her mom in this, well, the woman playing her mom, brilliantly done. This was a coming-of-age story that was perfect, because it didn't go the way you expected. Not everything was a happy ending, but it was an ending. And it's like, okay, life goes on, but just because you want something to be a certain way doesn't mean it's always going to go the way you want it. But everybody finds a way to make it work. The loved ones that, are with you will stick it out with you in the end. And that's what was brilliantly done about it. But I recommend you guys check out my review. I did the best I could on that review. But anyway, those are the 17 movies that I saw in 2017. Seems kind of fitting, actually. Anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? Keep in mind, guys, I haven't seen every single movie that came out in 2017. I don't have that much time or that much money or that much insanity. Anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter links in the description. And a thumbnail from the derb over there in the description, no doubt, or something. Anyway, it's been Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I'm Jonn Ritland, and I will see you soon.